Welcome to this episode of the 10 Minute Beauty Business Podcast. I have the amazing Claire Monroe here with us. Claire is an annual advisory member. This is her second year that we've worked. Actually, no, this is our third year that we work together.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And she is the agency owner of Claire Monroe Hair Co. If you follow me online, you've seen Claire for the last couple of years popping up. She is our salon's VA. If you listen to the podcast more than just this episode, you know who I'm talking about. Claire, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I'm so excited. We're going to talk about all the things. I feel like I want to talk about baby stuff, fashion stuff, the kittens, and oh yeah, we should talk about business.
I'm here for it all.
And wine. And wine.
And
Lots
wine.
of wine.
Miss it so much.
So at the time of recording, Claire and I are both super pregnant. Or I'm super pregnant and Claire is getting there.
Yep.
And so it's been so fun working together and sharing these life things. It's so cool. And that's not what people are here to listen to. So we will not go too far into that, but I just I'm so excited to have you today because I feel like we could literally talk about so many things. But what I love about your business, number one, is that is literally just so helpful to my business, right? And those things and what you do. So why don't you tell us what Claire Monroe Hair Co does? And just kind of give us a little backstory in case people don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I could talk to you forever about all the things. So always so fun chatting. But yeah, the Claire Monroe Hair Co agency, I help with consulting in different facets for salons, salon suites, educators, and we do email marketing, we do form creation just to make things automated, things simplified, done for you. We also have a course called Elevated Email. So if you would like to have it done, just have your email set up for yourself, whether you're a stylist or a salon owner, anyone in the beauty industry can use it. So yeah, we just love helping business owners just create simplicity and efficiency and just making things run easily.
Yeah, that's the thing. How do we make this easy? Because there's so much that, and full disclosure, Claire and I share a lot of clients. So I get to see things twofold. I get to be your business coach and coach to let's grow your business and let's make this work for your life and all the stuff that we do. And then I get to see it as a business coach to other people who are my clients and also your clients. And I get to see what that does for them, even though I've experienced it myself, right? As I'm your client as well. But it's really great to for me, it makes me want to do a high kick or something, probably something wildly dangerous at this stage of my life. But the feeling that I can hear in their voice of okay, I just hired Claire and I don't even have to think about this anymore. The simplicity and the ease of checking things off your list, closing those loops, as we often talk about, that they get. And it was it's not like it's rocket science, right? There's nothing that you are doing that any of us couldn't do. But the problem is that we don't have enough hours in the day. Let me just rephrase that. There's lots of things that I could do, but I wouldn't do as well as you do it. And that's the power of freaking delegation.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna I write an email and it's good. I think I'm an all right writer, but I go to put it in Flowdesk and I just don't care at that point because I'm out of juice. And I send it to you and you put it in Flowdesk and you have this beautiful template that you've designed for us and you have all these things. And then it comes back and I'm like, man, that is so much better than I ever would have done it. And all I had to do was send you the copy. Right? I mean,
yeah.
And I know that some people don't even send you the copy. You do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could just be as simple as I want to do this project, but I don't, I could take this course and figure out how to do it, but I don't have time because you're running a salon, you're doing inventory and you might want to spend time with your friends and family. I don't know, so
or somebody you care about, maybe your cat.
Right. So it's just so great to be able to help people and just you can breathe again, which is just so it brings me so much joy to help organize and give that breath of fresh air.
Yeah, one of my most favorite things was like a collaborative idea that we had with one of our shared clients. And I was like, I think that Claire could like take this and run with it and like take the whole back end of your team and like make this like just so systematized and beautiful. And the client's like, I don't get it. And Claire's like nerding out with me. And then the client now is like, oh my gosh, this is changing my life.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so great. Then she didn't have to figure out like, okay, how do
how?
I do this? What's the tech? I'm trying to figure out how to learn it. It just can get done. And like your
Well,
ideas can go to
jumbled,
fruition.
lost.
Yeah.
But also like tech is one thing that's hard, but also like creating systems actually is kind of hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like for me, like coming up with the idea of how to systematize it is great, but I get like I find procrastination destinations in like making the system come to life.
Yeah.
Where that's like where I know my zone of genius is to like come up with the idea, figure it out, map it out, and then hand it off. And so it's so wonderful, like obviously to be able to do that with you for our shared clients, but also just even if you're listening, you're like, oh well, I have all these ideas too, but I don't know how to bring it to life. Like that's that's when you delegate, right? And if you
Yeah.
need strategy and those sort of things, that's a different conversation. But if it's like I just need like this tech stuff to happen so that my clients can get an email. I mean, we've been talking about the scalp services at the salon. And I'm like, so Claire, I'm just going to defer to you because this is your zone of genius. So tell me what I need to do. But what I would like to have this happen, or how I would like to have this happen, is the client signs up, they do this, they get the form, then they get this waiver, then they get and Claire's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And she sends me back this beautiful note that's like, got it. This is how that will work. And then it
Yep.
works. Like, that's
Yep.
the part. Like, how
It's
much is that
fun.
worth? So
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's why I love working with shared clients with you because they have that strategy behind and they have that forethought and like the planning behind it. So then it's like you can just plug it all in and it's really cool to see that come together.
it's been very fun. I love that so much. So as your business coach and your hype woman, I want to tell everybody that if you want to hire Claire, you should hurry up and get on her wait list if you want direct VA services. And then also though, if you're like not ready for all of that, or your business is at a spot where you're like, well, I need a little bit more, like I don't really understand where to start. I don't like I'm not sure I'm ready for all of that. Um, then you have something fun that's dropping this summer. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, I'm so excited about it. So we have elevated email, but the what is dropping is elevated inbox. And that is for anybody. You don't have to use Flowdesk. It is preferred.
Yeah.
But it is a monthly template done for you that you can either copy and paste. You can add it or change anything to it if you like. So we're going to have like all these fun recommendations of like lifestyle as well too. So if you're like, I want to add this to my client communication, but I don't even want to think about it, it's done.
Yeah.
And it has great strategy behind it. So you can, it's a proven strategy that works to build your books, to sell more retail and just connect with your clients on a deeper level because everything is easier when they're waving fans.
Yeah, 100%. So I promise this isn't a Claire infomercial. But I just like am so excited about this because I'm like, okay, wait, I don't act like I can just use the copy and paste like you're sending me it
Yep.
monthly. Like, okay. And truth be completely told, when Claire and I were discussing this, I'm like, okay, what do I want as a client?
Yes.
Right? Like my suggestions are based out of like literally selfishness. So I basically get excited for elevated inbox. But let's like so that's good. We know what Claire does. We know what she's doing. We're pumped for elevated inbox, and I'm sure we'll have codes and exciting things when that's all ready. I will be celebrating and sharing, of course, from my page, and Claire will as well. But like let's roll it back. Like email communication, if like how many clients do you see, or like do you suppose there are salon owners, stylists, educators, etc., because you work with all of them, that like just don't do email communication?
So many, so
Like a
many, I
lot,
think.
right?
Yes, because it's just, it can feel archaic, but
Mhm.
it's actually like the most impactful thing you can do for your business and the least stressful. So like Instagram, do you still have to post? Absolutely. Like we do have to post all the time. But for your current clients, connecting with them, I mean, you can have a 70 to 80% open rate for your clients, which Instagram, you have like 4 to 5% engagement rate.
Nothing.
That's just one email a month. It's not 5 posts a day.
Yeah.
So it just really creates simplicity, but also you can check to make sure who has opened it and resend it. So especially if you're having like a policy change or a price increase, you know who's opening it, which is huge. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing. And then just like sending them special things of like tutorials, and you can use your Instagram as well. Like repurpose content is just so vital. Um, and just sharing like when we have product launches or service that we spotlight, because some of your clients might be like, oh, I really want this lived in look, but I didn't even know you did it.
Hmm.
So sharing your dream services that you like to do too is really kind of builds that business that you want to love.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with what you have done with your business while like not really focusing on social. Like, yes, you focus on social for sure for Claire Monroe Hair Co. But like for when we first started working together, you didn't have the agency and you were in a suite and you were like, I have big goals. I want to, in essence, double my revenue as a
Yep.
solo gal with no assistant by yourself. And I was like, I love the gumption and I'm going to work my fanny off to help you do this.
Yep.
But like that's lofty,
Yeah.
right? And though like I don't know, 8 months later, I think it happened.
Yep.
I have to go back
With
and look at our
still,
stats.
yeah, with the still like under 1,000 followers. Like I
Right.
don't even have that many now too. And it's just, it's not always about that.
No, it's not about
Yeah.
that. It's like being rich in
Yeah.
Monopoly money with a lot of followers. I have like
Yeah.
12,000 and change and it means nothing,
Yeah.
which is still not even a lot. Like in
Right.
the scheme of like it's actually a sweet spot, like where it's
Just
like
so wild. Yeah.
yeah, it's freaking Instagram is a whole thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, like to me, that's so impressive. But how you did that was by communicating with your clients. Like you
Yeah.
just built deeper relationships between appointments and that was so eye-opening for me, like the power of that. Like I always knew it was important, right? Like that's how we've
Right.
built businesses. Um, but what you share in those emails is kind of surprising. Like it's not just product updates and that I have an opening. Like
Yeah.
you really have a framework and I would say a system that is what you replicate for your clients and also but what you did for yourself,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
magic.
it started with just sharing what I loved and
Hmm.
like what I love talking about behind the chair. And it kind of evolved to like making sure like if I go to a new restaurant or if I'm like reading this awesome book, because that's what people get excited about to open the email. They're not excited to read like your policy change. Like no one cares.
Actually, they don't care at all.
Yeah, they don't want to read that. Like that's not fun, you know, but they're like, oh, I want to know what the next book recommendation is or what local events happening.
Yeah.
And so just doing that once a month, like, it's doubled my business. And it's just, and I'm in a suite that's like 2 minutes from my house
Yeah.
and working a dream schedule. And it's just, it's the power of email.
Yeah. It
Why?
literally, I mean, it is like
Yeah.
strategy with implementation can change your world. And
Yeah.
it's not even like, I'm not even saying that facetiously. Like it just, it does.
Yeah.
Like your business, it has the opportunity to literally be whatever you want it to be for you if you get the right support in place. And so I'm just so proud of you. I think I tell you that a lot, but I'll tell you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Of course.
But also like the power of like just showing a new guest like what the experience is about to be. I just had a new guest. I it's kind of rare I have new clients now. Like it's occasionally just with the bigger schedule and with being
Yeah.
pregnant and all the things. um but she sat down, she's like, I knew that this was going to be an amazing experience because of the emails you sent. And I was like, wow, okay. Like it's nice to hear because you don't always get to hear feedback. And I was like, okay, this is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
just standing out as a professional before they even sit down in the chair. So they're already trusting you.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. Like if you want to charge, like, I mean, and that's the other thing. Like you get to charge, like you, Claire, get to charge kind of whatever you want because you've set the tone that this is just the way it is. And it's
Yeah.
nice and it's elevated and whatever. based on how you present yourself. So that client probably didn't balk or even blink an eye when she saw your pricing as a new client. And like you're basically like decreasing your books at this point.
Yep.
And working less behind the chair and still making the same money. Like every time we do a price increase, I like sort of giggle because it's like, of course it's going to work. Like,
Yeah.
but they're not small increases. They're not, they're
No.
based on literally your desire and then how you support that in your business. And it's been so cool to watch that too, like just being so intentional about that. I loved when we were sitting at the table just chatting when you were in San Diego in May and we were talking about haircut prices and you said yours and like everybody's around the table, their jaw just like dropped, you know? And we're
Yeah.
like, get it, Claire, right? But it's
Yeah, yeah, that was like,
presentation.
okay. I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, especially being a
Yeah.
public owner around like very successful salon owners, not having a team of like, okay, like this is
Yeah.
cool. This is why I'm here too, you know?
But it's so cool because you get to set the tone. Like maybe somebody wants to charge a lot, maybe they don't. Like none of that
Right,
matters. What
right.
matters is that your business is supported by the communication you have with your clients so that they trust you and they're happy to pay you. They're
Sure.
like, it doesn't matter what the thing
With the
is.
actual dollar amount. Yeah, it's just
They just want what you're
the
offering
value. Yeah.
because of the presentation that comes via the communication. So, and it's a relationship because you're talking
Sure.
about um I mean, you're talking about stuff you like, which is stuff that I want to talk. That's what I said in the beginning of this episode. Like, I read your emails. I'm not even your I mean, like, I should be reading your clients as business coach, but like in general, I read them because I'm like, no, I really want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I really want to know. Even though I don't live in Virginia, I want to know what restaurant you're
Yeah.
going to. I want to know like what you're renting from Newly. I want to
Yep.
know like what's up with Moose and Noodle, like
Yes.
these things, you
Yeah.
know.
Which is so
Um,
fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's connection, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why like we are the OG bloggers, right? That hairstylists
Right.
and salons used to be the place you'd go to get that information
Yeah.
because we're cool like that, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
But
When I'm
like I mean it's
dead by
trend, it's
nine.
fashion.
Yeah.
You're not,
Yeah.
and
Well,
people are looking for it.
I think we forget the power of how much knowledge we have and how much conversations and people we talk to and how much we hear. So like I even encourage clients like, okay, you might not have read this book or you might not even watch the show, but like everyone's brought it up. So you can just be like,
Talking
this
about
is
it.
a recommendation because like
Yeah.
you know what's going on or you know what's happening in your area because of people are talking and they might work from home and they just hang out with like a few people and that's it. You know, like they might not get out of that circle. And it's really, I think we forget how beneficial we and how much knowledge that we have too.
Well, and sometimes the power of the relationship, because for us, yes, it is transactional and it is our job, but it's also like that might be like one of the few relationships they get to come be totally transparent. They get to come be themselves
Yeah.
with no judgment. Like
Yeah.
there's so much of that. And then when we can support that by like building the relationship further, like that only builds our stock, I think, so that
100%.
your business can be what you need it to be to perform the services that they honestly they want.
Yeah.
It's not manipulation, it's not anything weird. It's just like better business.
Yeah. It's just like magnetism too. And it's like sharing about, like, I love talking about interior design too. Like, I just love doing that. It's so much fun. And I have one client that she'll come in with a list of things she wants to talk about. And we just chat about that the whole time.
How
Like it's just
fun.
so fun. And like, don't like, I feel like everyone would like to have that in their business. I mean, are all clients like that? No, but majority,
Of course.
yeah. So like, it makes every day more fun too,
Yeah.
when you have people that you're
Right.
aligned with.
Huh. More money, more interesting conversations in the salon, and your life is just like better because of it. Like, how can you not? How can you
Yeah.
not? That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, Claire, where do we follow you online? I know that we've told them about all the things, but tell us where we can follow you, and then I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay. On Instagram, Claire Monroe Hair Co. And then my website is clairemonroehairco.com.
Yeah, we'll link to all of that. Go to the website, check it out. Is there a form on your Instagram if somebody wants to be your client? What do they do?
There is. You can just reach out under there and or send me a DM, whatever feels good to you. We can chat about what works best. If you want to get started right away, just comment or send me a message, Elevate, and we can go right through it.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and that's fun too, because if you get in like Claire's funnel, basically, you can see how this goes and what that could be like for you and your salon. So definitely. Yep. And you can also go to my website and see how we've got it all laid out and all the things, like if you need examples, etc. Claire, what are you reading right now?
Oh, I'm reading Hypnobirthing.
Oh, great.
Actually, a fun book that I'm reading is called The Sicilian Inheritance. So I'm pretending I'm taking a vacation in Italy right now.
Yeah.
So that's gonna, I just started, so I can't say I don't know how I feel about it. You have to stay tuned.
What will be the first glass of wine you have post baby?
Oh, I already know this. Laurent Perrier Sparkling Rosé.
Okay.
My favorite.
That's
French
your favorite. Okay.
champagne. So good.
Okay. We didn't talk about this at all, but Claire is also a sommelier, and it's so fun. We love talking about that because I have a wine background as well. So we have a lot of fun. And at the Dream 10 retreat for annual advisory this year, I bought us this like fancy supposedly wine that's like non-alcoholic. They serve it at the French Laundry in Napa, and Claire and I were like, oh, this is gonna be so great. We had like rosé and we had a pinot, like a fake pinot, right? These are all non-alcoholic, and every single one, Claire and I were like, bleh, bleh, bleh. It's so nasty.
It's just really hard to make wine non-alcoholic free.
Yeah.
I had one, and we just had my baby shower last weekend, and we had it's called Spring in the Bottle by Wolfer Estate. It was actually great. But I needed to say, like, everyone, this is a non-alcoholic wine.
Right. Yeah. And also it's like so crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I went to Trader Joe's the other day, which is I do buy a lot of wine at Trader Joe's, but I buy like more of the expensive. Well, that's not true. I buy either like super cheap that have like my favorites, or I buy a couple. But I definitely have started filling the bar back up. Not like I'm a booze, but it just feels right.
What is your first one going to be?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I think I'll probably go. I really like there's the it's not wine. I like this AleSmith. It's Classico. It's like a brewery style Mexican lager. And I feel like because it's so hot, I really wanted that like lately.
Yeah. Have you had that
in a salted rim?
Best day ever, or like best beer ever, best brew ever? I don't know. I'll send a picture. I'll send it to you. But that non-alcoholic beers actually like taste good. And
Oh
taste
yeah,
like
some of those do. I just really I'm like, I'll just have water. I'm fine. But I also was drinking like so much kombucha. I had one the other day, even though I know it's breaking the rules. I don't know. Whatever. You know, your second pregnancy, you're much less inclined to follow the rules. And the doctor was like, it's really fine at this point. You're not going to get listeria. I'm like, ay. What are you obsessed with right now?
In general, or
whatever. First thing.
Okay, if I was not pregnant, I really want to wear a cute linen vest with linen wide leg pants. I just can't wait to wear like fitted pants, high-waisted pants, and a vest. I don't know why, but like I can't wait for that. Cute. I did just get this awesome like all natural self tanner, and I've never self tanned before. I also have like some health issues. I was like, I want to look like I'm glowing, not like I'm feeling not great. So I got it, and I have to say this salty face tanner, self tanner, I put it on for the first time and it was amazing. It worked so well. It's like no streaks, and like I've never done that before. So definitely user error.
All right. Well, hey, that's impressive. I don't really self-tan, but I probably should. I don't know. I'm like, I love to sit in the sun, so I get pretty brown pretty quick. But like when you are this pregnant, you don't want to sit in the sun.
No, it's too hot. It's too hot.
No, it's not good. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else do I want to ask you? This is the last question, and I might know the answer, but what is your go-to playlist in the salon and at home? What do you like? What do you listen to?
Yeah, so the one in the salon is called Wine Bar on Spotify. That's probably my most favorite. I also like Soiree. That's kind of fun, a little bit more upbeat.
Oh,
And that one's really good too. And it changes often, which is nice. In the morning at home, I love the playlist Calm Mornings too. It's just kind of like coffee house vibes, good to like journal and just have a second to like start your morning. But those are some of my favorites.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, Claire, so good to have you on the podcast. We will, of course, have you back at any time to talk fashion, wine, email, etc., etc., etc. Um, anything else before we pop off?
No, thank you so much for having me. I always love chatting with you. It's always so much fun. And thanks so much.
All right. Okay, guys, go check out Claire's offerings, all the things, and send her a DM. And don't forget to tag us if you listened to this episode and you liked it. I hope you have a great week, and we will talk to you soon.